Orohi called Jay as soon as she left the office at 8 p.m. I have just left. Have you reached home? Yes, I was free early. I came straight home. Didn't come to office again for dinner. What is the plan? Will you make something or want to order it? It will take at least an hour for me to reach home. Order it, friend. I don't feel like making anything, and yes, the ice cream is also over. Order that too. Orohi hung up the phone. The day was very busy. I was very tired physically and mentally. There was still a lot going on in my mind. Jay and Orohi work in different divisions in the same company. Orohi is from Pune, and has been on a bigger post than Jay in a big company in Mumbai for 2 years, and is living her life very well. She has been in a live-in relationship with Jay for 1 year. Both of them met in a meeting. Both have offices in the same building. They are just different. Jay is from Delhi. Both are happily sharing the flat with each other, and also do the work together. The families of both do not know that both of them live together. Orohi likes Jay's cool nature very much. Jay likes Orohi's responsible nature. Both are completely different from each other, but like each other very much. But these days, the more I was thinking about Jay, the more I was feeling sad somewhere, which I had never noticed before. Then I got a call from her mother Rika, asking Orohi to talk to her family once a day. Same caste. After talking, Orohi ordered dinner. When she reached home, Jay was watching a movie. After freshening up, Orohi also lay down. By then the food also arrived. Orohi said, "Come on Jay, let's get the food ready." "Please, you do it. I don't feel like leaving the movie," Jay said and gave a flying kiss to Orohi. Orohi smiled. Both of them had dinner together. After the movie was over, when Jay came to sleep, Orohi lately was watching something on the phone. Jay lay down next to Orohi and took her in his arms. Orohi also said, sitting close to his chest, "How was the day?" "Bore?" Orohi was shocked. "Why?" "I had to do a lot of work." "So what is the harm in this?" "Oh friend, I don't feel like doing any work. I feel like just rest. Even at home, everyone calls me a slacker," Jay said, laughing, and added mischievously, "Actually I just feel like taking rest or loving you." "But dear, idle rest or love. Life won't go well just by loving, right? It will go very comfortably. Look, your salary is much more than mine. With this our house can easily run, and you are also the only child of your parents. Everything there is yours too. Come on, let's get married. It will be fun." Saying this, Jay came a little closer to her. When the heartbeats of two young hearts started increasing, there was no place for other things anymore. Forgetting everything, both of them got lost in each other. The next few days passed like every day. Although both were not husband and wife, they were like husband and wife if they lived in a live-in relationship. The relationship is not sealed, but the relationship is there. Sometimes there would be arguments, sometimes there would be sulks, but some things were really bothering Orohi these days. The things were small, but she was definitely paying attention to them. All kinds of expenses were falling on the responsibility of Orohi. Jay was responsible for all the bills, food items. Even the rent of the flat had not been paid for a long time. Whenever this topic came up, he used to say that, "Friend, you earn more than me, I have love, that's all." It is not that Jay's salary was very less. Yes, it was not as much as Orohi. Orohi wanted to say a lot on this, but she had started loving Jay so much that talking about money with him seemed like a very small thing. She used to think that one day both of them will get married. What difference does it make? But as she was getting to know Jay day by day, she was getting a little alert in her mind. 6 more months passed, and Orohi noted that whenever Jay went to his home in Delhi, no one from there would call him or give him any kind of message. One day his colleague Ravi hints to Orohi that Jay is ready to marry a girl of his parents' choice, hence his visits to Delhi have increased. This was a big blow for Orohi. She cried a lot in private. She had really started considering Jay as her life partner. She was very sad, but she was a courageous, self-reliant and intelligent girl of today. After crying her heart out, she started thinking that it was good that Jay's truth was known. She was the one who was taking care of all the expenses and all the work. Okay, now there will be a breakup. Okay, no problem, this happens to so many girls in the world. I will not cry anymore for a clever boy. I will start my life once again. When Jay came back, Orohi asked him to come to the office canteen during lunchtime and started talking directly. Look Jay, I like to talk clearly. Now we cannot live together. Jay was shocked. What happened? I can't be fooled anymore. You can easily marry as per your parents' wish. I have no problem. I have suffered a lot financially by living with you. Now, I am not stupid enough to keep raising you, and until you get married, there is no provision for your body's needs. Now tell me, should I look for another flat, or will you go? Jay's face turned black with shame and humiliation. Went. He said shyly, I will go. Okay, if possible, tomorrow is Saturday, shift anywhere tomorrow. I am going to Pune for the weekend. Take your luggage before I come. Orohi got up early from office and caught the night bus and went to Pune. Shivneri buses are comfortable buses plying between Pune and Mumbai. Sitting on the sofa-like seat, Orohi was feeling sad remembering the past days, but she was also controlling herself to move ahead in life. Many times my eyes became moist, many times my heart felt sad, but I had been watching Jay's tricks for a long time, and I was beginning to feel sad. The mind kept saying that whatever happened, happened for the good. By the time I reached Pune, my heart also started agreeing with my mind that it was good that I got rid of a greedy, selfish and lazy person. Walking with strong steps, he reached home and handed himself into the soft, loving arms of his mother. Mother was a mother. Seeing her sad face, she understood that her daughter did not come at night just like that. She always came by catching the morning bus, but no one asked anything at that time. His father Sanjay loved him a lot. Mother, I am tired after eating, let's talk in the morning. Saying this, Orohi lay down to sleep. As usual, Orohi spent Saturday and Sunday with her parents. All three of them went out for a walk and ate and drank outside. Rika kept making things of Orohi's choice. Seeing Orohi's pale face, she asked once or twice, Orohi, is everything okay? Is it stress due to office work? No mummy, everything is fine. Rika was a sensible mother. I understood that my daughter is not in the mood to share anything in her mind right now. She will share it herself when she feels right. Membeti's bonding is good. She will tell when she feels right. On Sunday night, Orohi was packing to come back to Mumbai. Sanjay said, son, there is an acquaintance. He has spoken for you for his son Sumit. When you feel comfortable, meet them. Ask, should I call them the next time you come? While closing the bag, Orohi's hand stopped for a moment, then looking at Rika she said, Mummy, I love you. Give some time. Sanjay said, hey son, now you are 30, well settled, this family is good. Let's meet once. Everything will happen only after you say yes. Orohi said, let me go at this time. I will talk to you about this very soon. Sanjay and Rika were the parents of today's time. They gave birth to their daughter, but never imposed his will. Always gave him full support. This was also a reason that Orohi was very strong, bold and intelligent. She was a girl who lived on her own terms, yet she respected her parents a lot. Rika guessed in her mind that there was definitely something going on. Her always cheerful face did not fade just like that. Then she said, okay, you go comfortably, these things can be discussed over the phone also. Mumbai. After coming to the flat, Orohi saw that Jay had taken all his belongings. He felt empty, but he had controlled himself in this time. He took this thing naturally. Told myself that we were together for so long, it doesn't matter. It was a habit of his, he will leave it. She cannot spend her life regretting such false relationships. There is still a lot to do, to be happy, to live. Life does not end with people like Jay. As soon as this thought came, Orohi reached office as usual. Ravi told that Jay has gone to live with a friend. Whatever you did the right thing. Whenever he came face to face with Jay while coming and going from his office building, seeing Orohi's poker face, Jay never had the courage to talk to her. After a few months, Orohi accepted to meet Sumit on the insistence of her parents. Sumit used to work in Mumbai only. He used to share the flat with his two friends. Sumit came to Pune's house with his parents, Vikas, Artai and younger sister Seema. In the first meeting everyone was happy to meet each other. Since he was in Mumbai, Sumit wanted to marry a girl who worked in Mumbai. Everyone was feeling good thinking that both of them would keep coming to Pune. Both their houses were at the same place, everything was decided by sight. Orohi respected her parents' choice, as much as she got from Sumit, it felt right. Orohi wanted to start a new relationship with honesty. She wanted to tell Sumit about living in a live-in relationship with Jay. When he talked to his close friend Ravi about this, Ravi said, "What is the need? Don't tell me, no boy, no matter how modern, will tolerate this, why? If he tells me that he has also been in a live-in relationship with a girlfriend, then I will not say anything, on the contrary, I will be happy that my future husband shared his truth with me honestly." "Man, you are climbing. Different from everyone, the cutest girl of all," then he said mischievously to make Orohi laugh. "To this day, my wife keeps taunting me about my college girlfriend, now tell me." Orohi laughed, "Don't talk nonsense, I know your wife, she is very nice." "Yes. That's it. Understand, boys don't digest such things easily. You are very big-hearted." Ravi explained a lot. But when Orohi went to dinner with Sumit on his request, Orohi talked about Jay. Told everything. Sumit smiled after listening, "You are very truthful." "Orohi, I don't care about these things. I too have had 2 breakups, what happened? This is life. It keeps happening. Now that I have met you, I am just happy." It was as if a burden had been lifted from Orohi's heart. After meeting Sumit 1 to 2 more times, she got her parents to agree to the marriage. There was no limit to his happiness. The wedding date after 4 months was also fixed. Both parties became busy in wedding preparations. Not a lot, but Sumit and Orohi used to meet from time to time, both were busy in office work, but chatting and phone calls continued. The marriage took place with great pomp in Pune itself. Many colleagues of both of them came. After coming to Mumbai, Sumit shifted to Orohi's flat along with his belongings. Both were happy. Orohi had completely removed the thought of Jay from her mind and heart. 1 year passed very happily. Orohi was now completely satisfied and happy with her life. Sometimes on holidays, both of them would go to Pune together, sometimes someone's parents would come to meet them. Everything was fine. Orohi's next 2 promotions happened quickly. She was now on a very good package. She expressed her desire to get her own flat very soon. Sumit said, "Look Orohi, your salary is now much more than mine, you can take it if you want." Orohi was shocked, "Hey, is my money different from yours? We will also have a lovely house of our own, for how long will we keep paying this much rent? Look, just think. I will not be able to pay EMI from my salary. I have to pay for the house also." Orohi asked Sumit put her arms around his neck. Said, "Okay, you just like the flat with me, everything will be done." It was true that Sumit's salary was much less than Orohi's, and ever since Orohi was promoted, Sumit's male ego was getting hurt a lot. It was engaged. He was often upset. Orohi was understanding this. She loved him very much, took care of his every need, and when Orohi said that Sumit, "I am thinking of taking a car to go to the office. The bus is taking too much time in traffic. It will be fun, then we will also visit Pune by car, right now I don't feel like sitting in a bus or auto." Sumit said in a harsh tone, "It is your money, whether you spend it or save it, what about me?" After doing so Sumit left from there. Orohi remained sitting holding her head at this changed form. Within 2 months, Orohi bought a flat and a car. Sumit kept supporting her like a machine. As some time passed, Orohi noticed some other changes in Sumit's behavior. Now he used to say, "You go to Pune and meet everyone." Sometimes he used to say that he is going on a tour. "I am here, I will come in 2 days." Orohi said, "Should I also come? Let's go by car, I'll take a tour, you keep doing your work." There will be some change in both of them in the coming time. Sumit flatly refused. He's gone. Now, like before, he would not go out and inquire about Orohi at all. If Orohi would have called, he would have said, "I am very busy, I will talk to you only after coming home," and hung up the phone. Sumit was changing a lot, and when the reason for this was revealed to Orohi, she was stunned. One morning Sumit was sleeping, his mobile was silent, but when Kavita's name kept flashing on his screen, Orohi slowly picked up the phone and went to the other room, and as soon as she said hello, the phone got disconnected. Orohi casually opened the WhatsApp chat, and somehow kept reading the chat between Kavita and Sumit. It became clear that both of them were having a huge affair. Orohi's blood boiled with anger. It was clearly understood what was the reason for Sumit's indifference. She sat quietly on the sofa, sometimes crying, sometimes explaining herself, waiting for Sumit to wake up. When Sumit woke up from sleep, he was shocked to see his phone in Orohi's hand. Seeing Orohi's face, he understood everything. He said shamelessly, "What happened? Tell me, what is going on? So you two were in a live-in relationship before marriage?" Orohi was surprised. She said, "All this happened before marriage and you knew everything. I never cheated on you after marriage. You are cheating on me now. Actually, I want to separate from you. I want to marry Kavita now," Orohi said angrily. "You are not feeling shy at all. You came while living in a live-in house. Now are you pointing fingers at me to hide your extravagance? I have got my transfer done to Delhi. Today I am going to Pune." Saying this, Sumit smiled while looking at Orohi wryly and went to the washroom. Orohi was not able to understand anything. "What has happened? He is having an affair, so he is digging up the dead and blaming me." When the maid arrived, she also started getting ready for the office and quietly went to the office without saying a word to Sumit. When Ravi saw her sad face, he took her to the canteen and asked the reason for her problem. The tears that had been waiting for a long time started flowing only after hearing the voice of friendship. She went on telling everything. Meanwhile, their another friend Sonia also came. She too was surprised after knowing everything. After some time, all three got up and started working. Orohi's heart was not getting peace. Yet another betrayal. What should we do? Should this relationship be saved somehow? No, how can one be tied to oneself forcefully? This is a relationship of love and trust. Now there is nothing left. She cannot force herself into this relationship after losing her self-respect. Whatever will happen remains to be seen. It is good to break such a relationship. When Orohi returned home at night, Sumit was gone. He had done his packing thoroughly and took almost all the stuff with him. A few days later, when Orohi received the divorce papers, she cried. What happened? Everything fell apart. What is his fault? Sumit called her and said, "Sign quickly. I am going to say in the court that you are characterless. You have already been in a live-in relationship for a long time, and I was not told about all this. But I had told you the whole truth and you had no problem. But you don't have any proof that you had told me everything." Orohi remained silent. The next day Ravi and Sonia held their heads after knowing everything. Then Sonia asked, "Orohi, how did you tell Sumit about Jay? We talked about this a lot while meeting and chatting also. Where is the chat? I keep deleting them. Sumit also knows that I have a habit of deleting chats. Now, in politics and in drug cases, so many chats have been searched, that two of famous people, so this does not mean that it is difficult. And I have the proof of Kavita and her affair. When I read the chat of both of them, I took a lot of pics. It was good of you, you did not lose consciousness in anger, you used your brain. My cousin Sunil is a police inspector in Bandup. I will talk to him, he will be able to get your old chats out, we will divorce him. Bakchu will remember, Sonia spoke to Sunil the same day. He said all help will be available. Ravi and Sonia were standing with Orohi. During the weekend, Orohi decided to go to Pune and talk to her parents and tell them the whole story. Till now Orohi had not shared anything with her parents. Sumit was no longer in touch with Orohi at all. Sometimes he would send a message about divorce. Sanjay and Rika sat holding their heads after listening to the whole story. Couldn't understand anything, both of them had just come to know about Jay. What can they say? When children become self-reliant and start taking every decision on their own, then they become wise parents. There is no use in saying anything. They also know this. Daughter's experience with Jay and Sumit was not good. Sweet, intelligent daughter is unhappy. This is not the time to impart any knowledge to her. At this time he needs the support of his parents. No knowledge, and Sumit was doing wrong. Jay's words certainly seemed strange, but now he was with his daughter. Sanjay said, I will talk to the lawyer today itself. Rika spoke to Sumit's parents Anil and Ramesh. Asked to meet, he spoke to Rika in a very insulting manner, calling Orohi characterless, and then everyone understood that this relationship would not survive. Ravi and Sonia were in touch with Orohi. Sunil had gathered a lot of courage. After thinking a lot, Orohi called Sumit. Sumit, I have come to Pune. I will leave tomorrow morning. I want to meet you today. Will you come to Cafe Coffee Day at 5 p.m. today? Okay. I don't know what Sumit was thinking and agreed to meet. Orohi came to meet Sumit without informing her parents. There was a storm of insult and anger in my heart. Today I got a chance to vent my anger. Sumit, sitting at a table, looked at her and smiled with triumph and shamelessness. As soon as he sat down, he said, Look, don't beg. I don't like destitute girls. Hearing this, whatever was left in Orohi's heart vanished in an instant. She said in a strong voice, I also don't like deceitful people. Today I have just come to tell you that I will go and sign the divorce papers. Till now, I had to do all the preparation. Sumit was shocked at the strength of her voice. What kind of preparation? You call me characterless. Are you going to tell? I had also taken photos of all the chats of you and Kavita, and Inspector Sunil is taking out those chats of ours, in which I had already clearly told you about Jay, and you had no objection in it. Such a thing will arise on you that you will forget to cheat any girl in the future. If you forget all the debauchery, then tell me. I have never been a weak girl. I cannot regret your departure. I am happy that I got rid of you soon. I am completely ready to move forward in life once again. Now we will meet with our lawyer in the court. Saying this, Orohi stood up smiling. Then she sat down, remembering something. Pointing to the waiter, he asked for the bill and said, even though the coffee had become cold, even though I did not drink it, it was a lot of fun to see my self-confidence once again rising and seeing the face of a man like you, Jay. Come, saying this she made the payment and left from there. Sumit was already scared of the coming storm.